Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Skulls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it. Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak, but I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stole, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here, but it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
I admit it did occur to me. Blood seems to be the common factor in all of this.
I totally agree. We're in uncharted territory here. Maybe it's just wishful thinking, but imagine the possibilities.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please...
Good evening, sir.
Unless you're here to fix my face.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of...
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my
Where were you stationed?
I really don't want to...
No offense. I was pushing too much.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine. Just do something for this pain.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear. Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to...
They've lost their minds in the epidemic.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir. I am Xiaoxun. Thank you so much.
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
I wish the tears would come. But I'm empty. And I feel a hypocrite.
Let your pain run free, Jonathan. Don't smother it.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
How can I? I've destroyed my family.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many
I'm not a religious man. You should know.
This is not about you forgiving yourself. This is for...
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
I've no need for a kind ear, only a moment of peace in God's house.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest, as you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She was murdered.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
She died because of me. How do you think I feel?
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What words would you like to say to your poor sister?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Precious when binding you to the earth. You. I remember you. Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
You selected me. Chose me.
As shall my children yet to come.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCullum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
Are you worried about the situation or your reputation? Now is not the time to think of oneself.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well. I'll help you.
I know this place means something to you. I have noticed how you suppress your appetite when around the staff and patients.
You need to know you can trust me, Edgar.
I do, dear fellow, I do.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Rest assured, I will protect you and your staff.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this. Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks. I believe we're going to be working together. Thank you.
I am Thoreau Strickland. Doctor...
Do you need my...
You don't have to worry about me, Dr. Reed. I am here.
Can you tell me anything about the recent...
I'm sure it was not your fault, Dr. Reed.
My fault?
Oh, nothing. It's just...
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
This hospital seems to be falling apart. But in the circumstances,
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
I don't know if a third opinion is needed.
I see. Would you mind telling me...
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want...
Is there anything else that's bothering...
I'm all right, considering the state.
Please.
I heard Miss Jones call for help from her bedroom.
Do you know who the nurse was? Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swans's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Nothing like this would have happened if we'd had enough staff and proper shifts.
So you don't think the blame is ours?
We all hold fast here, Dr. Reed. Our methods may differ, but we are all trying to make a difference.
Do you need my assistance?
Not at all. I'm sure that you are used to gaining people's trust with your impressive skills. Well, it will not be the case with me.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
I know that Pembroke will prevail and
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to...
A colleague.
Not anymore, sir.
What do you mean? You used to be...
No, sir. It is just that I like to be
A pawnbroker?
Yes, sir. All kind of people.
Who comes?
I'm very cautious, sir.
What kind of good?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to...
Do you need medical attention?
I'm feeling all right, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidam.
Sometimes you act like a real jerk, you know that?
Oh, come on, Ozzy, don't be like that.
What, like what? Like someone who felt betrayed by the man he loves? Did you ever even try to find me? Rescue me?
No, it's not like that. I wanted to. I was so afraid to leave the hospital, not to be seen with you.
Look, we survived this shit together. That's all that matters. I know you did your best. Fuck the wall, right?
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here.
So you won't tell me your name?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to...
Do you need medical help, sir?
I feel fine, Dr. Reed.
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton?
The sad saint. Why on earth?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been a...
Goodbye, Mr. Good evening, miss.
Who are you?
As I just told you, I'm a
The
doctor.
Pembroke Hospital, you say? I ain't paying it.
I'm not here to collect payment.
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then? Fancy buying something?
I'm looking for...
The sad saint?
Yes, he was.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the home.
Can I offer you my...
I'm fine, thank you.
Goodbye, Miss Cobb.
sewer dog's fault, they say. Then the gangs, the epidemics, everyone's crying.
Mark my words, miss.
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me?
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy for...
Yes, you had definite...
I'm Dyson Delaney.
I'm a tracker of these creatures.
Inebriation aside...
Yes. I feel sick.
You best be off to your hunting.
Take this, then. And perhaps...
Hey, Doc, you don't really want me to stop the only remedy I can afford.
What's it look like?
I'm looking for Mr.
I really don't know. I heard he'd been abducted.
Who could tell me then?
About the sad saint.
Nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanish.
Goodbye.
Teeth, claws,
Not a
murdered
drop
by
of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady.
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the...
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton.
A vampire hunter?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
A man of science!
Have you heard of the...
Of course. They're dedicated hunters.
Were you...
I did think about...
So you hunt...
Vampires are just like every other predator.
Do you need my...
I appreciate you.
I'm looking...
The sad saint?
Really?
It's nothing personal.
Maybe at least...
Tell you what, go and chat with...
Goodbye. Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seems so locked.
Thank you for your hospitality.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome.
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital.
The important thing is I find...
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a...
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse.
Goodbye, Mr.
Another disgusting wounding. Wounds are clean.
Seems like the guard of Prewin is on Sean Hampton's trail, too.
Die, face! Don't like that, do ya? Die, vermin! I'll send you to hell. That's gonna smart! Crush the leech! Die, vermin!
The wounds on this corpse are deep. the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.